Good morning, it's Eric Bakker, New Zealand naturopath, author of Candida Crusher and creator of the Candida range of Candida supplements. Thank you for checking out my video. I'm going to talk about coconut oil today. Coconut oil has become very popular, almost a trend like paleo diets and low carb sort of diets. It was popular particularly because of a book written by a guy called Dr. Bruce Fife in 2005. I think it was called Coconut Cures, the prevention and treatment of common ailments using coconut. Dr. Fife did many people a huge favor by publishing this book. So when you think about it, 2005, well, it's 2015, it's only 10 years ago, and coconut has become really a household name with many, many people. So I can remember recommending coconut back in the 80s and 90s, and people thought I was nuts, recommending oil, coconut oil, it's a saturated fat, it's going to create heart disease. How stupid recommending this for people, One doctor had strong disagreements with me, saying, you're nuts giving people coconut oil, you'll get heart disease, heart attacks from it, it causes cancer and bowel problems. And I've discovered this same doctor now many years later as recommending coconut oil. Funny how things turn right around. So finally coconut's been vindicated. Finally now we're seeing it really as a health food where it should be. So coconut oil really is a saturated fat, but it's not an animal, it's a plant-based saturated fat. It's medium chain triglycerides. It contains large amounts of fatty acids like lauric acid and caprylic acid. And these fatty acids have very good antifungal properties. There's lots of research from many different countries around the world now, from England, from America, from Nigeria, from Singapore, all that validate this as being a very good product to use for fungus in particular, but it also has shown to have antibacterial properties. Make sure when you get coconut oil that you don't get one that's been processed, particularly hydrogenated. A lot of cookies and cheap, crappy products you'll buy in the supermarket will contain fractioned or very heated up coconut oil. And that itself is very dangerous because, you can get a lot of free radical damage. Cells of your body are made up, the membrane of the cells made up of fats. And when you consume too many of these hydrogenated fats or fats that have been superheated, you can damage the cell membranes, of your cells. So, but having a virgin coconut oil, one that's been minimally processed and minimally damaged, you're going to do your body a lot of good taking this product in. There are far too many properties about coconut oil for me to talk about on this video, but all I can say to you is make sure that you get a really good quality cold pressed or a virgin coconut oil that's minimally processed. Both Dr. Bruce Fife as well as Dr. William Crook, who wrote the Yeast Connection in the 80s, both of these doctors recommended you start with a small amount of coconut oil when you consume it. So start maybe with a teaspoon per day and gradually build up until you can take up to 3 tablespoons per day, and you watch what happens. People with severe candida may get quite ill if they increase the dosage too soon. So if you've got major jock itch or major vaginal thrush, or major intestinal bloating and gas, lots of skin problems, lots of brain fog, please start slowly on a teaspoon per day for 2 to 3 weeks. Gradually build up in that 2 to 3 week period till you can take a tablespoon per day. When you can hit a tablespoon per day in, say, 2 or 3 weeks, then you can slowly increase till you can hit 2 tablespoons per day. So don't be in a hurry. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Take your time. Coconut oil is also wonderful to use around the private areas for a lubricant. I recommend people massage it around their feet, even in their scalp, around their ears. It's fantastic for psoriasis. It's great for eczema. It's a great moisturizer for the skin in general. It's a supremely good oil to take for many different reasons. And it smells divine. It's nice in smoothies too. With some pure vanilla essence and some blueberries. You put a bit of coconut oil in there. You can use it in coconut flour in cooking. There's 101 ways you can use coconut oil. Just go to Google and check it out. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into coconut. The other thing I'd like to add is I've made sure that I have put some of the particular fatty acids of coconut in my antifungal product called Candida. It's actually in there. I made sure it was in there. This medium chain triglyceride is very important. You should not, in my opinion, take an antifungal that hasn't got caprylic acid in it if you've got candida. All right? Undecanoic acid from castor bean and caprylic acid from coconut are two exceptionally good fatty acids that need to be in your antifungal product. If they're not, get something else. Mine's got it in there. Thanks for tuning in.